YouTube's happening. It is Wednesday, July 23rd, and we're going to talk about baseball first today. We got 15 games on the slate. Before you see everybody pitching that, well, almost everybody's got somebody pitching. Colorado, what are you doing? Either way, we're going to break the stats down, look at the props, look, see if we can find some value. A little recap of yesterday. We're moving quick today, if you can't tell. Team total over hit. Detroit. Pittsburgh's offense popped off out of nowhere. What is Detroit doing? They are struggling. They're struggling so bad. Whatever. Miami, you saw got the win there. Pass. Stanton did absolutely nothing. Him and Judge did nothing the whole game. Everybody else on the team did, but them two didn't do anything. Mets and Angels didn't want to score no runs. Chicago did cover the 1.5. St. Louis, Colorado ended at 12, so that was a push. And then Rodriguez, the Miz was just nasty. And then Minnesota Dodgers had 17 runs. They both popped off and needed to parlay. Yeah. So also hit a nice little two-leg nerfy. I did a nerfy in the Pittsburgh game because they had so many nerfies in a row, so why not? I did a Yurfie in the Colorado game, so they both hit in a nice little two-leg parlay. So overall, not a bad day. So it could be better. If you want the plays typed out for every single sport, or you want access to the spreadsheet, go check out the HQ. Simple as that. So enough of that. You know what? Weather time. Popping on over. Let's look at it. Anything happened in the world of weather today? A little bit of rain in the ATL. Nothing in Pity. Nothing in New York. Nothing. Chicago, wind blowing out 90 degrees, 12 miles an hour, blowing out to potential home runs in this one, especially after a lower scoring 6-0 game yesterday. We could have something here. Colorado in at 10 with that's about it. Mainly Chicago's the main one. Oh no, Tampa, obviously it can rain every day here in Tampa, especially with it being outdoors now. So, but there hasn't been many rain delays this year, actually, surprisingly. So who knows? It's just really hot. First pitch yesterday, the heat index was 103, I think. So with like 1,000% humidity. So there's your weather. Enough of that. Let's go to schedule. Load it up. All right, we got 15 games. Let's get to that first one right now. All right, moving on to the first game. It's going to be Cincinnati and Washington. Currently, Cincinnati 125 on the money line with an 8.5 total. Pop on over here to the sheet. Let's look at some data. Currently lean Cincinnati, you can tell, because Washington is just not as good as everything else. So, but they do have a 2-game streak, while Cincy is rocking a 3-game streak the other direction. So, lean Cincinnati with the bat slightly, lean Washington for being at home, and lean Washington having a positive streak over Cincinnati. We gotta go look at the pitchers. Who is going out there today? Let's load up pitchers. This is Outlier. Link in the pinned comment. Click it, sign up, beat you a whole week for free. Go do it. Worth it. So we want this one. This game is they started. Oh, it's Wednesday. That's right. A lot of day games. I just noticed that. Oh, then it's a good thing we're moving quick. Good stuff. Lodolo versus Soroka is our pitchers today. Do we care about strikeouts? No. Since he's 4th, Washington 14. So no strikeout props in this one. We want earn runs, baby. Earn runs, please. Lodolo, Soroka. Soroka last 5 is a 2.8 average in the last 5. Pretty average, I would say. Lodolo is at a 1.4, better overall. So since he's on the road, Washington's at home. I don't love this so far. I'm going to be a little more picky today than I was yesterday, because the stats are still trying to establish themselves again after having that 4-day break for the All-Star thing. So this is only the 5th, 6th game since it's been. So yeah, once we get to 10, we'll have more of an established line again. So there is your Soroka versus Cincy versus righties, Washington versus lefties, and Lodolo versus Washington. And Rosario has a home run in 9 at-bats with 330. He's 3 for 9 with a home run. That's the best way to put it. So, but I don't want to, no, I'm not going to mess with that. I need something way better if I'm taking a batter prop. So far, I don't like anything in this one. I'm going to pass on this one next. All right, moving on. Game dos is going to be San Diego and Miami. Currently, Padres 145 favorite, 7.5 total. Come to the spreadsheet, look at the numbers. Offense slacking, but everything else doing fairly decent. Average, I would say. It's a lot of yellow. It's a lot of yellow, I just realized. Ooh, very little green. But that leans Miami. That's the same almost. That kind of is the same. That's about the same. It's the only thing is, even then, that's only 0.6, so that's not much differential at all. So let's go look at pitchers. No real difference in this one so far, I would say. And we change this from this to this, and we see it's Sandy Day. Sandy Alcantara against, ooh, buddy. All right. Are we fading Sandy? Sandy looked good in the first 4 or 5 innings, and then he gave up the runs last time. I got scared. I thought Sandy was going to be good for a second. No, he wasn't good. And then Dylan Cease. Sandy. 5 is your average in the last 5 games. 3, 7, 5, 6, 4. None of these are against San Diego. That's good, probably good for him. Cease had a 3, 4, 6, then a 0 against Washington, so he's at a 2-8. So the numbers are, hell, the numbers are looking like an over potentially at an 8.5, 7.5. Yeah, this might be an overplay. If anything, just why even just fade both pitchers? Sandy versus San Diego overall. Look at these numbers, my God. Bogarts is 11 at bats with a 455 with a home run, 2 ribbies, and a 1.1. Pretty good. Machado's got 12 at bats with a 583 with a 1.2. Yeah, they are going to single and double bloop him to death until he gets up his runs. Diaz got a 429. That's only 1 for 2. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Cronenworth doesn't need to play today. He's his ass on the bench because God, he ain't that good against them. Let's see. San Diego versus righties, Miami versus righties, and Cease versus Miami. And there's nothing here. So I think we got to do it. I think we got to fade. We got to fade the Sandy. But then do we want to fade Dylan Cease too? Because there's only 7.5. That's not that many. I don't really particularly. You've been averaging right at 3 all the last 10 games too. Sandy's been right there as well as the last 10, haven't you? Yeah, you're at 4 in your last 10. You had a couple games. And last time you faced San Diego was right here on May 28th. You gave up 6 runs. So I think instead of fading strictly Sandy, I think I want to fade both pitchers because Dylan Cease might struggle on the road. He might. I mean, look how he did at the Dodgers. You see how he did against Philly. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to take the over 7.5 and just hope both pitchers suck. How about that? Works for me. Over 7.5. Next. Moving on, game 3. That is San Fran and the ATL. Currently, we have Atlanta 172 with an 8.5 total spreadsheet. Atlanta's offense is cooking. Look at the numbers. They're doing quite well. Yet they lost the game because San Fran popped up a little bit. They popped off. So, still lean Atlanta. They're at home. They got the offense. Let's see if the pitching can line up for them as well. Change this to this. And who's pitching? And it's going to be Strider versus Verlander. Well, yeah, okay. All right, which Verlander are we getting is the main question. And then which Strider are we going to get? That's another question. Let's look. If I say Verlander, are we going to get the good Verlander or are we going to get the bad Verlander? Because they're both. He is sometimes all over the place. Even though his average is only 2.8 in the last 10, that isn't that bad. That's actually average. Last 5 is at 3.2. That's a little below average. Strider, 2.2 in the last 5. Now given, yeah, last 10. He's at 2.2. He's at 3.2. That's what? 5.4. What's our total? Set that 8.5. All right, we can look at that. 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. Strider versus San Fran. Historically, there's your numbers. Nothing really standing out, to be honest. If anything, Flores being 1 for 10 stands out more than anything here. San Fran righties, there you go. Atlanta righties and Verlander versus the Braves, and nothing is standing out. Olsen being, he's a couple home runs, but he's literally, what is that, 6 for 24? Yeah, 6 for 24, 2 home runs. That is garbage. No, it's because Profar, 0.063. Come on, guys. Come on now. Come on now. I don't like this. I don't trust either side. I don't know which pitcher we're going to get on both teams. I don't like strikeouts. I didn't even look at that. Strikeouts potentially for Verlander. If you want to take Verlander strikeouts, can we even do that? Can we even? Do we dare? I mean, he had a 0 against Toronto in 2.2 innings. I can't. No, we're passing. Next. All right, moving on. We got Detroit and Pittsburgh. Currently, it is 145 Detroit with an 8.5 total. We come over and we can see, I believe Pittsburgh extended their Nerfy streak, their own individual streak. Yes, they did. You can see right here to 16 games now. They have not scored a run in the first inning. Look it up. Don't believe me. It's there. Detroit has scored, in 2 of the 10 games because that's a 10-game average, 80%. So, yeah. So potentially now, apparently the pitching is not the best today for what somebody in the member chat told me. So I need to look. Offensively, they both suck. They're terrible. That's why we took the under. But then Pittsburgh popped off a little bit yesterday. So we'll see what they do today, though. So mainly depends on the pitching. So change this to this. We got Bailey Falter going up against a ghost. Who is going up against Troy Melton? Who? Exactly. Let's look at who Troy Melton. The man even got a picture. He has nothing here. Troy Melton doesn't even have any stats. Troy Melton making his MLB debut, apparently. He's 24 with no stats, no game log, no nothing. Welcome to the bigs. They might, at least they put you on a team. Usually they put like a free agent thing here. So, all right, so he's on a team. He's making his MLB debut against Pittsburgh. Huh. Well, I mean, it's a great team to do it against. I mean, they're bottom 2 in a lot of categories. Well, the average is okay, but they can't score. So, well, what was that? I need to go look at this real quick. Changes over here. What was the general chat on this thing? Let's see. Interesting. Cool. All right. Let's look at Falter. That's the main thing we can do is just look at Falter and see if that's going to be worth anything. So far, I can't take an under against some MLB debut. We always fade those. That's what we do around here. Everybody, we fade them. We're right most of the time. There's been a handful, like 4 or 5 total in the last 2 seasons where they've done well in their first game. So, like really well. And so Falter's at 2.8 against Detroit. Detroit is the worst offense currently. I can't do this. Falter Baez has 3 at bats with 2 home runs. Just take Baez to go deep. That might be the play. What else you gonna take? Come on now. Lefties for Detroit, Pittsburgh. It has no data. So yeah, these two offenses are absolutely abysmal, which means we're going to have an average pitcher in Falter versus a major league debut from Detroit. Detroit's typically known to have good pitching, so who knows? I'm going to be smart. We're going to leave it alone. Next. All right, moving on. Game 4. Nope, sorry, Game 5. Angels and Mets. Them bums couldn't score 8 runs from yesterday. They couldn't. They tried. They couldn't. They failed. But today, different day, new story, and we see, where's it at? Ooh, there they are. Right there. 175 Mets, 8.5 is our total. Spreadsheet loaded up, and oh my God. Look at all the green. Yeah, you lost 2 in a row. Now, how is your pitching so bad? I said yesterday your pitching is going to cause you to lose, and guess what? It cost you to lose. But then you couldn't score any runs yesterday, but you still did good overall data-wise. So, all right, we'll see if that matters. Let's go look at the pitchers. See, if we have bad pitching, we might take the Angels. All we have is banana strikeouts. What? That's it? Angels are 19th strikeouts. Why? Today, could we have Brock Burke going out there for why are these all these new ass pitchers today? What was it? What are we doing? Brock Burke at least has a picture. Hey, he's a bullpen guy. That's why. Oh, it's a bullpen game. Well, runs please. What's the total looking like? Is it looking at 8.5? Game log. Yes. Yeah, you've been in a bunch of games this year. It is just straight up a bullpen game. And you don't give up anything, really. You ain't give up nothing since like 10 starts ago. I mean 10 whatever's ago, innings ago. Damn, you pitch like damn near every day too. 7, 9, 7, 6, 4, 3. All right, dude. And then obviously the break, and then yeah, you pitch a lot. So okay, so straight up bullpen day, whatever. Let's go look at Manea. Let's go look at his stuff right quick, so good we can see if we did anything good. We gotta go 2025. He's only had 1 start. Yeah, I really don't want to count anything from last year because I don't care about it. 2025, he had 6 strikeouts. That's all we have, strikeouts. They can't even give me earned runs. What a shame. Pathetic books, sports books. You should be shamed. For shame. I can't really fade that because you know what I can do? You know what I can do? Actually, I can do this. Oh, I don't need your information. I got my information here. Don't you worry. I got this. There he is. There's the man in his 1 game. Well, he had a bullpen game here. But our only count starters because that's tracking bullpens a pain in the ass. Trust me, I know. It broke my stuff, basically. So... but you see he had 5 hits, 1 earned run in relief, and then he started against Cincy, went 4 innings, 1 earned, 6K, 6 and 7. Angels are on the higher end of strikeouts. This could be just like a fun one to play, just because you look, see Angels, yeah, they're hitting pretty well, but their strikeouts are a little bit lower than usual. They're usually in the bottom 5. You can see where they are because 9.6, 9.8, that puts you firmly bottom 5 for the season, especially on the road too. And now he's at home, and he's been looking pretty nasty with them strikeouts. That might be a fun thing to do, especially at 5.5. I think I'm going to take that. Yeah, you know what? We're going to take the man. We're Manea, AEA, over 5.5K. So let's go for it. Let's have fun with this one. Next. All right, next up is going to be Kansas City and Chicago. The Cubbies are favored 146 with a 10.5. Now we saw the wind was blowing out at 12 miles an hour at Wrigley today, and it's going to be 89 degrees. So hot weather, wind blowing out Wrigley Field, potentially for some overs. 10.5 total for sure is on the menu. Let's go ahead and look over here. Now the numbers don't look the best over here, but sometimes you got to throw the data out the window because I mean, windy day at Wrigley tends to be pretty good this year. I mean, go look at that all the days they've had high winds. I mean, no. 12 is not exactly the highest. It's not like 20, but still it's better than nothing, right? So, and it was a lower scoring game yesterday. KC was shut out 0. Chicago had 6. It could be worth it. Could be. Let's go look at the pitching. That matters more than anything. Who is throwing the ball? Royals with Cheese and Cubbies. Lugo and Ray. You know, both are bottom 4 in strike, like top 4 in strikeouts, so we don't even want to look at strikeouts. We want earned runs, please. 2.5, 3.5. This tells you a lot right here. They put the line at 3.5 for the kid. Oh my God. Yeah, he's been pretty good. 7, 2, 1. 7's bad. 7's doing a lot of heavy lifting. The whole season, Okay, he's had 4 good games against Boston, Minnesota, St. Louis, and Houston. Before that, his his average was not the best. Let's look at Lugo. His last game was 5, and his looks good. Why is his line 3.5 though? Hmm. Makes me wonder. Makes you go, doesn't it? Yeah. Colin versus KC. Historically, there you go. Nothing standing out. KC versus righties. Chicago versus righties. Lugo versus Chicago. There is your numbers. I don't care about this. I've already decided what I'm doing. I'm blindly jumping on it. We see the lines, but they set the pictures out. That tells you something. I should tell you something. If you follow the line movement, because some people do, which probably should a little bit. Don't just fully believe it, but but yeah, 10.5 with the wind blowing out. Yeah, I'll take it. Sure, I'll jump on it. Why not? If you don't want to do it, don't worry. I got you. I'll do it. How about that? So I'll take the over 10.5, and we'll sit back and watch a whole bunch of runs come in. How about that? Good stuff. Next. All right, next game. Slide on over to another high-scoring game, St. Louis and Colorado. We had the push yesterday. We took 12, it ended at 12, but I didn't expect it to be 8-4 Colorado, but hey, whatever. Today we have 185 St. Louis with an 11 total. All right, spreadsheet, we see this, and I don't know about today. Yesterday, you got me. I jumped on 12, but 11? Why are we doing 11 today? I mean, both hits are pretty good. RBIs suck for Colorado. Runs are both bottom, average and below average. I don't know about that. I don't know. Let's get rid of you, change you over to you so we can take a peek. Tanner Gordon at 3.5 tells you something, and Palante at 3.5. So both pitchers are at 3.5, which is worse than the Chicago game, which is crazy. And you have a 4 average in the last 5 games. But given 2 of these were last season and 3 of these were May. So, I mean, come on. It'd been a minute. It'd been a minute since you started a game. May 28th was what? 2 months ago. Literally. Wow. All right. So Palante, his last 2 outings were 7 and 5. He has not been good. The last Washington and Arizona teed off on you. Before that, you were good. So do I just take another over? This is a 4 average if you go based on his last starts, and it's a Colorado pitcher. We know they're not the best. And then Palante is a 2-8 going into Coors. I think we might have taken another over. And you ain't even give me no props. How do I not have a matchup here? What are we doing? Palante versus it's because Gordon hasn't pitched this season. That's right. Palante. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing there for real. Righties for Colorado. There you go. I don't know why. It isn't. This is. I don't know. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to ask questions I don't know the answer to. So, Gordon. Man. How were you last season? Last season, you weren't good. This is all 2024. He was 4.1. That's your average. All right. Tanner Gordon's not good. So we have an 11. We have 2 pitches that are kind of cheeks right now. You know what? Let's do it. I want to root for, yay, points. Points, please. Over 11. Let's do it. I took 12 at push. We're taking 11 today. Let's rock with it. Next up, speaking of Arizona, Diamondbacks hosting Houston. Currently is down here. It is Arizona 115. 8.5 is our total spreadsheet. Look at our numbers. Arizona's offense is doing quite well recently. And Houston is doing what Houston does, which is average right now. So, but they have a 3-game winning streak. Meanwhile, Arizona's lost 2. Whatever. Looking at the numbers, I'll load them bad boys up. I mean, props. We already looked at the numbers. We want props. Boop. And we got, it's Brandon P. Old P-Fat versus Brandon Walter. It's Brandon v. Brandon. All right. So which Brandon is going to be worse? 2-4 on your earned runs versus 3-2 on your earned runs. That comes out to a 6. No, that comes out to a 5.6. Yeah, 5.6. Math. I did it. 8.5 is our total, so that's still 3 runs from the bullpens. I don't know. And these aren't, let's go look at the matchups. Brandon P. You can see what he's been up to. Actually, nothing bad really against Houston. Houston versus righties. There you go. Arizona versus lefties. And Brandon Walter versus Arizona. Never faced him. So 7-5-1-2-1. Ugh. Now, hold up. We gotta look at Houston strikeouts. My God, I didn't realize they're 30th. I keep forgetting because when you think of a team like Houston, you don't think it'll be the worst strikeout team. But do we trust Brandon P. Fat over here to get us? Let's see what he's got strikeout wise. He do be striking people out. He do be doing that. So 6-4 and a 5-5 against the 30th ranked team, that might be a play. Just please don't you're at home. You shouldn't get destroyed, right? Houston's average on offense. I think we might take this. I can't believe I'm about to back this dude to do something good instead of bad for once. But hey, he shut down St. Louis and San Diego and Miami, San Fran. He only gave a 4 twice. That ain't bad. This ain't bad. You know what? I'm going for it. We're going to trust the man. We're going to trust the lad. We're going to go PFAADT over 5.5 strikeouts. That's what we're going for. We're going to take that. Next. All right. Slide on over. Seattle versus Milwaukee. Oh, the super winning streak has ended finally. Currently, where's that? Seattle. Seattle's 135, 7.5. They won the game yesterday, so now Milwaukee's bums again. They're back to 9-1. Look at that. Man, look at this. They are just they both teams have not scored a run in the first inning in the last 10 games. Really? That's a 10-game streak for both teams. That screams nerfy. I know people were taking the nerfy based on this yesterday, and it actually hit. So good job if you did that. Even though the offenses are doing quite well, they just don't want to do anything in the first inning. They got to rev up a little bit before they start actually doing well. So, all right, there's your numbers. Let's go pop over here and take a look, shall we? Let's see who we got. Milwaukee. Let's see, is Louis Castillo versus Quinn Priester. Seattle is 26 in strikeouts, so we do have to look at Quinn Priester strikeouts for we have to do it. I think I took it last time too. Did it do well? Yeah, damn right it did well. I knew I took it. Yeah, if you can strike out 10 Dodgers and 11 Rockies, you can strike out 5 Mariners who are currently sitting at 26 on strikeouts. I absolutely will take this play, but I'll show you everything else while we're here. Boop. Castillo versus Milwaukee. There you go. Righties for Milwaukee, righties for Seattle. Priester never faced them. You want his earned runs. Here's your earned runs. I ain't worried about that. And then I'll show you Castillo too, just because I'm just feeling nice today. Why not? Earned runs. Right there. There you go. That's outs. Damn it. Earned runs. He's actually been pretty good. So we are going to take Priester. We're going to take these strikeouts because, yeah, if you can do that to them, you could definitely get 5 of those versus Seattle. So Priester, please. Priester over 4.5 strikeouts. Why is it so low? I don't know. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to assume he comes out and keeps balling out and has another great day. So Priester strikeouts next. All right, moving on. Doyas against Minnesota. We took the under yesterday for some damn reason, and it ended up even coming close. Today, though, Doyers 235 on the money line, 8.5. They just love just they're robbing people with these money lines on Dodgers every time. They keep losing games. It's hilarious. Buddy, today you see the numbers. Hey, them runs help them jump right back up into the yellow, but they're still oof, oof. Woof. And then Minnesota's actually doing pretty well. So let's go to the props. Take a look. Slide up, get rid of these two. Boop, boop, go away. Change this over to that. And what do we have here? We got Paddock versus Glass now. Dodgers are 24th in the strikeouts last 10 games. So that means we might want to be looking at some Paddock strikeouts. And let's just go ahead and open both of them up just to have them. Paddock strikeouts. Are you a strikeout dude? Hell no. 3.8? Not really. How about earned runs? What you doing? 4? 4? Man. All right, Glass down. Glass down. April, last 2. So we gotta go with the last 2 games only. I don't want walks, strikeouts, 5 and 6. You have a 6.5 line against Minnesota, who's 13th. I'm not taking that. You lost your mind, and he's only given up 1 run in his 2 games back, so he's been pretty good. So Minnesota clearly has the advantage of the bats. It's clear as day. You can see it right there. Bats, pitcher-wise, I think Glasnow has the advantage clearly because a 1 versus a 4. I don't know. I mean, I can do math, but you never know. 1 might be more than 4. Who knows? So, oh, buddy, Glasnow versus Minnesota. Ew. Damn, he shuts them down, doesn't he? He is. This is okay. I see why the Dodgers 235 now. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Slide over here. Paddock versus. Yeah, no. I see why Dodgers are favored, but Minnesota's bats are better. I'm leaving this damn game alone. Next. All right, moving on to Baltimore and Cleveland. Currently, 124 Cleveland, 8.5 total. Let's go over here. 3-game streak, 2-game streak, going different directions. Baltimore is struggling. These teams are really good at scoring in the first inning. My God. This is Yurfie category. This is saying like, hey, both of you, this could be, if these 2 teams were actually good overall, I would take a Yurfie in this game, but man, that's wild. We're not looking at strikeouts. We don't care about that. So let's go over here and change it to this game and see what pops up. Zach Eflin versus Saccone. I took Saccone strikeouts last time and he did absolutely nothing for me. So you are banned, good sir, from strikeouts. I shan't take you again. I can't do it. Let's see. Eflin earned runs 4.2. Yeah, we could fade that all day. Thank you. And then how about your earned runs? Did you suck? Yeah, you sucked last game. So both pitchers suck. What's the over under? 8.5. So we have 2 pitchers that are kind of cheeks, and not to mention they both left scoring in the first inning. Do I dare take a Yurfie? I'm tempted. You know what? It's wild, wonderful, crazy Wednesday. So let's you know what? Let's do it. And for those like, what the hell's a Yurfie? speaking different languages. Yurfie, yes, runs first inning. Basically, the top of the second inning will start as something other than 0-0. There will be a run scored is what I'm going to go for. I don't bet Yurfies normally, but sometimes it just, we have two bad pitching, two bad, well, I say they just love scoring in the first inning. You can see Baltimore scored in 4 out of 10, Cleveland 5 out of 10. You see they're both average, what their averages are. I'm going to go for it. Let's go for it. I'm going to do it. You don't have to. Next. Just remember, I didn't show you all the matchups. How dare I forget that? I jumped ahead of myself. I said, you know what? I'm taking the Yurfie. And I was like, woo. I got excited. Zagote versus Baltimore. There's your stuff. Righties for Baltimore. Cleveland versus righties. And Eflin versus Cleveland. Yeah, it could easily happen. I'm still going to stick with it. It's obviously a gamble, you know, because otherwise, I mean, yeah, what would I take? There's other things I could take, but yeah, I'm gonna have a little fun. Betting should be about fun, having things you can root for. And after hitting that Yurfie and that 2-leg parlay yesterday, I feel invincible. So we're gonna take another one today, and we're gonna test the luck. And we're gonna stick with it. Yurfie next. All right, next up we got Boston and Philadelphia. Currently 150 Philly with an 8.5 total. We come to the spreadsheet, see our numbers, and yeah, Philly's doing better. Boston is struggling recently. Okay, cool. Whatever. Go to props. Get rid of you. Change you to the Boston in the Philly game. And we see it is Luzardo versus Giolito. Okay, both are middle in strikeout, so we don't want to work with that. So let's go with the earned runs and see what stands out. There he is. I was going to say, where's my earned runs? Luzardo earned runs 1.5. He's averaging a 2.2 in his last 5. Giolito is at 1.4 average, but his number's 2.5. What? Why is one higher than the other? Okay, I see what's happening here. Luzardo versus Boston. Historically, there's your stuff. Boston versus lefties. Philly versus righties, and Giolito versus Philly. There you go. And then we got Turner with 2 home runs. Look at these, 2 home runs, 2 home runs, 3 home runs. 1 home run. But 2 home runs and 4 at-bats is actually pretty crazy. Castellanos has a $118 average with 2 home runs. So Beans has always done is hit 2 home runs. And yeah, a couple are seeing him a ton. So I can see why Philly is favored in this one. I think I like it. It's just a money line play. Their bats are better. Their pitchers are looking, that's a 2-2. Giolito looks better overall in the last 5 games, but he did get 4 here. You gave up 5 and 4. You've been a little iffy. So I think the smart thing is I'm just going to leave this game alone because nothing's really standing out to me. So I'm going to pass next. All right, moving on. We got, 3 games left? Man, we were flying. Yankees, Toronto. Currently, Yankees 135, 8.5 is our totes. And we see it is a bunch of green and yellow for the offense. Pretty good. No strikeouts to worry about. Good stuff. So let's pop over here and get rid of you two and change this to Yankees and Blue Jays. And we got Max Fried Fried Chicken going up against Chris Tisket at Taskett. It's time for Chris Bassett. Let's open up both of them. Just grab them real quick. And we're going to look at a couple things. Actually, we're just going to look at earned runs, really. I lied. It's okay. He is at 2.6, Mr. Bassett is, and you are at 2.6 as well. They're both 2.6. You're more evenly consistent with yours. You're just all over the damn place. That Ace doing a lot of heavy lifting. So, all right. Different approaches, same number, whatever. Bassett history versus Yankees. There you go. You can see how he has done versus them. You can see Goldie's a 444 to 9 at bats. 833. Dominguez is 5 or 6. Basically, the best way to put it. There's your stuff. You can't see Judge, can you? Let's scroll down. There's Judge. 278 with a home run with an 8.54. Yeah, not the best. Righties, there you go. Toronto versus lefties. Fraud. Toronto, yes. I don't. So we have 2 pitchers that are exactly the same as different approaches. We have 2 bats that are looking pretty close to the same again. There's, again, nothing standing out. I don't want to take either side of this, so I'm going to leave this shit alone. I'm going to pass. Next. All right, 2 games left, I think. Is it 2 games? Yeah, it's 2 games left. We're currently on Chicago, the White Sox, who the streak's over, but they covered. They hit the 1.5 for us. And Tampa 205. 9 is our total. You can see, yeah, they finally lost one. Hey, run's still doing good, top 6. But other than that, RBIs, walks, everything else. This game is kind of just cheeks, straight up cheeks. Let's come over here and look at the pitching because I don't want this game. I lean Tampa, but I'm not paying 205 money line on a team that can't hit the ball right now. Just can't do that. That's just not something I want to do. So Jonathan Cannon versus, oh God, it's Taj Bradley. Taj Bradley looked amazing last time, but then he is Taj Bradley. He is the most inconsistently consistent pitcher there is. Because this dude, earned runs, where is it at? Show me the earned run. Let me look. 5-0. Same team, different effect. It's like, all right, well, I guess home and away does matter a lot. So he's at home now. So at Boston, These are all away games. Let's look at 2025 all year. That's his whole season. 2.65, I guess isn't that bad. It looks worse when you kind of look at the great. He's like, yeah, he's either like bad or just amazing. He's both. So Cannon, 2.2 last five. Bradley, 1.8 last five. Okay, whatever. Bradley, history versus Chicago righties. There you go. Tampa versus righties, and Cannon versus a lot of nothing here. I told you, I ain't touching this game. I don't want nothing to do with it. I cannot back Tampa when they can't score runs. In Chicago, I mean, I took plus 1.5 yesterday. I would not be surprised if they popped off 5 runs off Bradley today, but I'm not going to pay to find out. You can if you want to. I'm moving on. Next. All right, last game is going to be A's and Rangers, and currently we can see it is Texas 140 with an 8.5 total. We come over here to the spreadsheet. We see that's the wrong game. This is the right game. A's, Texas, you can see about the same. Well, actually, that's a big difference. That's a big lean Texas. That's about the same. That's about the same. I guess the slightest leans to Texas, and they're at home. Other than that, nothing really. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. It's not nothing crazy. Where you're like, ooh. So let's look at this one. Pitchers. We got Patrick Corbin against J.P. Sears. Okay, I like how Outlier updated the A's logo to a nice yellow now, so it pops more. Looks good. Good job, Outlier. Good job. Let's see. We want to look at their earned runs and hits allowed, all that fun stuff. Both, actually, we got to look at strikeouts, too. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look at this. They're combining for 20 strikeouts. 20 combined as a team. 2 teams. Oh. All right, let's go straight strikeouts first. Let's take a look. PC, how you doing strikeouts, buddy? 6.6, 3.66 out of 4.5. You know. I'm thinking it. 2025, how you been doing? You get 6 often. You're averaging 4.4 on the season, though. That is, man, if you were averaging at least 5, I would consider it, but you're not even hitting that. So, last 10, you're at 4.8. Last 5, you're at 5.4. What about hits? You're at 6.6. A's are 13th in hits, so it would just be strikeouts, so I can't really do anything else. Get rid of you. JP, strikeouts, 5.2 on a 4.5. You're on the road, though. I don't love that as much. Let's go earned runs for you. Texas is 5th in runs. You had a rough game against Cleveland last time. Yeah, I ain't loving it. PC versus the A's. There's your numbers. Nothing really. I guess 429 and 14 at bats for Angelo stands out, but a 1.1. That's pretty good. So that's what, 6 for 14 with a home run? It sounds terrible when you say it like that, but yeah, it is. That's what it is. That's baseball for you. Lefties. Texas versus lefties. Sears versus Texas. Texas does pretty well against him, looks like, just from the averages. 232 home runs. I don't love this. Again, we're ending it. This has been a lot of passes this evening. A lot of passes. The last 4 games were passes. Who would have thunk? I don't know. It's crazy, but hey, it happens. You're going to have days like that where it just doesn't make any sense. So, MLB schedule. We're back. How many games did we pass on today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 7 plays still. So about half the slate gets passed, which are our usual. That's what we do. So tomorrow, though, we only have 5 games. What is this? What is this nonsense? It's like an off day. How dare they have an off day? They just had a week off. 4 days, really, whatever. But I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do a very, very quick video for this one. And I'll have the play for every game. Hell, I might have multiple plays because I need the action. So appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe, check out the HQ, check out Outlier. Let me know in the comments where you're playing. Let me know if I missed something. Give me drops of stats that we might not have seen. If you see injuries, whatever, you know what I look at. Tell me if I missed something. So other than that, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow on Thursday, we'll talk about more baseball then. Peace.